Hi, good evening, and how are you doing today? I'm so happy to be back with you today and discussing another very relevant topic. Relevant because vitamin C is such a trending word these days. I know everybody who has asked me some question or the other about vitamin C. There are so many people who have started taking vitamin C. A lot is being written about vitamin C. A lot is being spoken about vitamin C. So today we will use vitamin C as an example to understand the bigger challenge or a bigger question which I think all of you must understand, which is how long should one continue vitamin supplements, what is the right dose of a vitamin supplement, and how long does one have to take it. Now I take vitamin C as the example for two reasons. Reason number one is it becomes very easy when we have an example you're familiar with and we build upon it. I think that will be an easy conversation to have. And also that there is no one size fits all. When I talk about a broad based term like vitamins, there are water soluble vitamins and oil soluble vitamins, and how long you have to take the water soluble vitamin or the oil soluble vitamin is slightly different. So let us keep it small so that it doesn't overwhelm you, but yet you will get a clarity of a lot of concepts, because I have realized from all the questions that you ask me and all the answers that you give me to the questions that I ask you is yes, you love scientific care, yes, you do invest in reading and you do invest in the right knowledge, but I also understand that a lot of small nuances are not clear, and I wish to make these nuances clear for you so that you can take even more powerful actions. One of my agendas in having these continuous conversations is to uncover myths and to make you live more powerfully, to make you choose with a lot more awareness. So a lot of you are taking vitamin C. Maybe a lot of you were taking vitamin C even in the past. It's been a very popular vitamin. But now more than ever, I think in this time of a pandemic, when people have been hashtagging, never before has the word immunity been hashtagged even more. So people have been hashtagging the word immunity more than ever. It's a very trending word in the corona pandemic, because slowly and steadily everybody is realizing that take care, stay safe, these are important words, and these are really very important words. We have to be responsible, we have to take care, and we have to stay safe. But beyond the point, how safe can we stay, how much care can we take? So finally what is going to matter is how much resistance do we have, how much immunity do we have, and how our coping mechanisms are capable of battling with whatever comes our way. Yes, the corona has taught us a lot, but these same principles are applicable everywhere else. If you have higher immunity, you will have a better way to cope up with many diseases, and that is something everybody wants for themselves, for their family members, for their children and all. So what everybody looks for the most simple way. There are many ways to build up immunity. There are ways like adrak, and people are talking about dalchini, and people are talking about drinking this kadha in the morning and other things, and these have been grandmom's way of building up immunity. These have been passed over the generations, and people talk about it, and a lot of people do it. Now what do I say about these methods to build on immunity? The fact is, what I am going to share with you is the method which I have studied in a medical college. Yes, I have heard about these methods too, but I have no deep understanding of how an adrak or how a dalchini or how a lavang or a mari would help in building immunity. Though I do believe that yes, it feels good. So even if I drink a brewed water of these herbs, it definitely energizes me, it definitely helps me feel good. But beyond that, I do not have a great idea whether it helps you build immunity. So here I would just park that and say that only thing I can tell you all is it is definitely not bad, and keeping your tract healthy, like when we say sipping hot water or even taking steam, is helpful to the upper respiratory tract. So if you are doing something like that, you must do it, because definitely it has been proven in certain pathies, it has been proven by a lot of people that it does make sense. But here we talking about what I know, what I have tried, and what I have seen as a result, and which is we talking about vitamin C. So we've had a lot of conversations around vitamin C, and in the past also I have told you about vitamin D and vitamin C and other kind of antioxidants and the role of immunity and so much more. But today I'm bringing about a very different topic. So I realized that these topics all interlink with each other, but every day the conversation that I'm having with you is slightly different and is answering a very, very different question. And today's question is, how long do you have to take a vitamin? Because this is a question which has not been really answered in detail. So we know what to do. Probably we also know how much to do, but do we know how long do we have to do it? So let us discuss how long do we have to take these vitamins. So going back to what I said some time back, we spoke about an oil soluble and a water soluble vitamin. So whenever you are taking a vitamin, let me simplify it and make it workable and usable for you. You can Google and find out whether it is an oil soluble or a water soluble vitamin. Rather than overwhelming you with information, let me empower you and let me tell you that the easiest way is put the name of the vitamin on Google and ask, is this oil soluble or water soluble? So if the vitamin that you're taking is oil soluble, then it is going to be stored in the body. And if it is going to be stored in the body, using more of that vitamin, more than a healthcare practitioner has recommended you, could cause vitamin toxicity or could cause a vitamin overdose. Though there aren't many instances where people have complained of vitamin overdose, but yes, a very small fraction of people have got an overdose of vitamin. So I would just not want you to go to any extreme. It is about balance, it is about awareness, and it is about the right knowledge. So the first thing before taking a vitamin long term for you is to know whether it is water soluble or oil soluble. And if it is an oil soluble vitamin, it is taken for a limited amount of time, then we give it a break or taper it off. So that is the way we work with oil soluble vitamins. So what happens with a water soluble vitamin? A water soluble vitamin does not get stored in the body. Like I just told you, an oil soluble vitamin has a way to be stored in the body, and even after you stop taking the oil soluble vitamin, the body is still stored it in some places, and that is why the body can use that oil soluble vitamin. But if you are talking about a water soluble vitamin, your body has no mechanism to save it in the body. So we will talk about vitamin C. Your body has no mechanism to save the vitamin C in the body. So if you are taking vitamin C today, the vitamin C is helping you as long as it is there in the body. It is helping you have healthier cells. It is helping you have better immunity. Vitamin C even works as an internal sunscreen. So as long as it is a part of your circulation, you are getting the benefits of vitamin C. The minute it is excreted out of the body and you do not have it in the circulation, the benefits that the vitamin C give you cease to exist. They will no longer continue. So this is something I want you to be totally aware of, that even if somebody has taken a multivitamin tablet for 1 year or 2 years, that doesn't mean that once they stop the multivitamin tablet, in a few days they will not go back to that low immunity, if they had a low immunity, or they will go back to the normal health. That abundance of vitamins will go down once you stop the vitamins, especially if we are talking about water soluble vitamins. So what are vitamins? Are they medicines? No, they are not medicines. They are food supplements. And why do we take vitamins so much, and why is it so trending these days, and why do we all take vitamins? Because our food is compromised, because we are not paying attention to what we eat, we are not eating mindfully, our cooking techniques are too processed, we eat a lot of stored food, even the way the food is cultivated, even the way the food is stored, everything is compromised. So for a lot of reasons which all of you know about, our food doesn't contain the enough amount of nutrition that we need. So now what happens is we need to supplement this nutrition from outside. So then let us take a small example. I think examples will make this topic very, very clear. So suppose you are diagnosed with an iron deficiency. So then once you start taking an iron supplementation, you can take the iron supplementation till the deficiency goes away. If it is a nutritional iron deficiency, if the doctor tells you that you have a nutritional iron deficiency, which means your food is not enough in iron, through the various sources of food that you eat, you are not getting enough iron in the body. And now, because iron is really needed for the body, all of you have heard of hemoglobin. So when I say iron, I mean the hemoglobin levels of the blood have to be very, very high. So the doctor will put you on a nutritional supplement containing iron. And this nutritional supplement will have to be taken as long as the iron reaches the optimum levels in the body. So then when there is a deficiency that is diagnosed, and when we start giving a supplementation for the deficiency, we need to give it till the levels where the deficiency is needed is reached. After that, what happens? After that, it's not normal to have a deficiency. So if somebody has an iron deficiency, there are two reasons. One is a nutritional. So what they're eating is not giving them enough iron to keep them good. And the second one is that probably they have excessive bleeding or they have excessive problems, and these problems like excessive bleeding are not allowing enough iron in the body. So first and foremost, whenever there is a deficiency in the body, there will be a doctor who will try to find out why this deficiency exists. If the deficiency is nutritional, then we give a multivitamin tablet till that deficiency is filled. So like an iron tablet or a calcium tablet will be given for a period of 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. In that much time, the deficiency gets filled. After which what happens is, after which you are made aware that you had a nutritional deficiency because your lifestyle was not good, because your food habits were not good. Now you will have to ensure that you have iron. You will have to change the way you eat food. You will have to change your lifestyle, and you will have to do things to make sure that you don't get back into that iron deficiency again. So I hope you get the point. If you have a deficiency, if you do something to get rid of that deficiency, and then you do not change your lifestyle, you live the same lifestyle, you may go back into that deficiency again. So this was one of the examples that I gave you. Now when we are talking about vitamin C, are we taking vitamin C to get rid of a deficiency? No, we are not. Why are we taking vitamin C today? Those of you who are taking vitamin C today, why are you taking vitamin C today? You are primarily taking vitamin C today because abundance of vitamin C in the body is supposed to enhance your immunity. Vitamin C, even in the school textbook, is said to fight against cough and colds much better than a person with low vitamin C. The more vitamin C you have in the body, the more is your potential to fight against cough and cold. So having this in mind, how long should you take vitamin C? So we go back to the place where I said that it's a water soluble nutrient. So vitamin C is not going to be a part of your body long after you start taking it. Yes, it may be in your circulation for a few days or a few weeks, but even if you have taken vitamin C for 6 months, it is not going to stay in your body for months after that, because there is no mechanism in which the body can store vitamin C. So here what you will have to do is, you will have to slowly make dietary changes. The vitamin C is abundantly available in so many fruits and vegetables. Yes, I have said that, provided you have them raw. So you must have a lot of chutneys, you must have a lot of fresh fruits, you must have a lot of vegetable salads, you must sprinkle a lot of lime and lemon in your food. So there are multiple ways to add vitamin C to the food. So whenever you desire to stop vitamin C, you must start eating high vitamin C in your food. Otherwise, taking vitamin C for 1 or 2 months or even 3 months and then stopping it abruptly and believing that because you took vitamin C for 3 months, you are going to have immunity for a long time. I just want to bring across this point. That is not how it works. So for as long as you feel insecure about the coronavirus or any other virus in the environment, for as long as you feel that you want to do something for your enhanced immunity, I'm restricting this to immunity because I do not want to talk about too many things together and overwhelm you. So this conversation is about vitamin C and immunity, because now I have heard a lot of people tell me that they are taking a lot of vitamin C for immunity. So here I want to tell them that you will have to continue this vitamin C for months, maybe even for a whole year, and there is absolutely no side effect about that. It is not going to harm you at all. It is a water soluble vitamin. The body will absorb whatever it needs and the other extra will get excreted out of the body. It is not going to harm you in any way. Do I personally take a lot of vitamins? Not really. I take vitamins sometimes over the weekends. So I keep a balance between a healthy diet and a nutritional supplement on Saturday and Sunday, so that I get this sense of security that yes, I am not totally dependent on a vitamin, but at the same time I know that I do make some essential mistakes. I do eat out a lot whenever it's the time to eat out. I do have irregular meal timings on and off. So I want to keep a healthy balance. So many times I have good food on 5 days a week, and on the other 2 days of the week, even though I am having good food whenever it's possible, but then I just take some kind of vitamin supplements for maybe every Saturday, Sunday, or sometimes even every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If I have a very demanding time and if I am feeling very low energy, there have been times I've taken vitamins every Friday, Saturday, Sunday also. So I am a big promoter of vitamin and antioxidants at Skin Sense, which is our aesthetic clinic. We start our prescription with nutrition, whether you come for hair, whether you come for skin, or whether you come for a better body shape. The prescription on the top will start with something to do with food, something to do with vitamin, because you might have heard me say so many times that I believe in awesome inside out. So I believe that you have to be healthy at a cellular level to have that abundance at an external level. That is the reason I start my prescriptions with a vitamin. And whatever whoever may say, I think I have written so many vitamin C tablets in the last 11 years that I've been prescribing. I think every day I have prescribed vitamin C tablet to a couple of clients, and I have seen the results of vitamin C. Yes, people definitely feel high energy. People definitely feel they are falling sick a lot less. They definitely feel that they don't feel as tired or lethargic as before. So giving the right vitamin to the right client has definitely shown me results. And yes, I have seen the benefit of the vitamins on their skin and hair. C is not directly connected to hair. C is more of connected to skin. But if you're taking the right dosage of vitamin C for an entire month, or let me put it as 6 weeks, you will see that your skin radiance is better. You must consider taking a good quality vitamin C from a medicated company, because I will tell you a medical company, because I have experience with medical companies. A lot of independent distributors, a lot of multi-level marketing are also promoting a lot of vitamins. I do not want to take names, you know it better than me, but I do not want to say whether they are good or bad, because I have my experience with certain pharmaceutical companies whose clinical trials I have gone through, who I have used their products in thousands of clients, and I have seen the results. So if you ask me to prescribe a brand name to you, I would definitely write a pharmaceutical brand name, because that is what I have my experience and trust on. Also, there is one more reason I always prescribe pharmaceutical products, is because when I have done the comparison, I have seen that pharmaceutical products are a lot more reasonably priced than those fancy products which are advertised in the market. Because I don't know, because it is because of the MLM that they go through, or because of some other reason, but I see certain vitamins in the market very, very highly priced, and I would not want you to take a very highly priced multivitamin unless you want to spend that kind of money on your health, because a multivitamin works amazingly, but when taken over long term. So spending on a very good multivitamin but short term is not helpful at all. You can spend on a multivitamin which fits your budget, but you will have to spend that long term. So I think I have summed up a couple of things and it would have made sense to you. So you will have to continue that vitamin C you're taking for approximately 6 months, because it is the next 6 months that we got to be really, really careful about ourselves. I have personally not seen too much improvement in I have personally not monitored, I would say, I would not reviewed and monitored whether vitamin C is going to improve your immunity or not. This is something which is there in all the textbooks, especially against cough and cold. But I have seen the benefits in the energy levels after giving vitamin C to my clients. I have also seen the benefits in their general health. I have seen their skin glow like never before. So I can say for a fact that just taking vitamins alone is going to help you. Now, what is the mg of vitamin C that you must take? So the minimum that you can take is 500 mg. 500 mg is the minimum tablet that you will have to take for the adequate amount of vitamin C to be absorbed in your system. But a lot of us, even me myself, prescribes 1000 mg of vitamin C, because I did mention in all my videos that I am talking about creating an abundance of nutrition in your body. So then I generally give it in abundance, knowing extremely well that it has no side effects at all. That is the reason I give it in abundance, because I would rather have you have a good thing in abundance rather than have it a little less than necessary and have symptoms because of it. Because whatever damage is done to your body because of low immunity, because of aging, certain parts of that damage is irreversible. So we all know the golden truth that prevention is better than cure. So to me, vitamins is, yes, a very, very good idea. Extremely cost effective. Compare what you spend on when you fall sick to what you spend when you take care of yourself and build your immune system. There is no comparison. Prevention is very, very inexpensive, whereas treatment is very, very expensive. So 500 is the minimum I would be suggesting all of you to take, whereas I personally write 1000 mg of vitamin C, and it is with these 1000 mg of vitamin C from a pharmaceutical company. Rather, I have done my trials on 3 to 4 pharmaceutical companies, and I trust those brands, because the main reason why would you trust a particular brand? You would trust a particular brand because it's a well-known brand. Yes, we all think like that. Secondly, we would trust it because I understand science and I have seen the clinical trials of that brand. And the third and the most important reason is I have personally tried it on thousands of people and got their feedback, and I have got a feedback from most of the people that yes, it has made the difference that I promised it would make for them. So if you want to know what brands of vitamin C I prescribe, let us get in touch on personal messenger. Let me understand why you want a vitamin C, and I will definitely tell you which brands I prescribe, because talking about brands is very unprofessional on an open platform. But yes, once we get into a one-to-one consultation, in fact my one-to-one consultations are on the telephone, because I believe that a consultation is a very responsible action. So even if you ask me in the comments or you ask me on Facebook Messenger, I will tell you that yes, it is a little bit painful, but let me talk to you for 5 minutes on phone. Let me understand you, let me explain a few things to you, and then I can give you a prescription, because that is how important I think it is for every doctor to take it. It's so sacrosanct. I will have to get complete understanding before I make you spend any money or before I give you any kind of claims. And do children need vitamin C is something somebody had asked. So generally children have good immunity. Children do not need too many vitamins. In fact, children's body even makes antioxidants like glutathione. So if they are very, very small children, I think I'm not the right person to talk to you about this. A pediatrician should talk to you about this. I have seen a lot of my pediatrician friends prescribe Zincovit to little children to enhance their immunity. I think the kind of food little children eat, they may be falling deficient in zinc. But let us not talk about little children, let us talk about adults. So adults, definitely I would be like prevention better than cure. So please take a vitamin C every day if possible. If not possible, at least 3 times a week. Google for the high sources of vitamin C foods and make it a part of your diet. And if you are taking vitamin C because you believe that yes, you want to take charge of your immunity, surrender to it for a minimum of 4 to 6 months, because you are going to be wanting to take it for a very long time. if the quality of the vitamin C you're taking is really good, your skin glow will increase. And if you're taking vitamin C and your skin glow is not increasing even after 60 days, probably you need a better quality vitamin C. Because being an aesthetic expert and using vitamin C in skin glow, I can vouch for this, that vitamin C definitely increases the glow of the skin. I hope this was a useful conversation. Any questions about vitamin C, you can write to me. I'll only be too happy to answer them for you. If you want me to make a Facebook live video on anything else, like probably a vitamin D or something, please let me know, because the topics I want to answer are the topics that are on your mind and you are wondering who to ask the questions for. I also want to tell you about Friday. Friday, a very important day, because I have realized that these conversations, yes, they do add value, but if I want to add massive value, we need to have a structured conversation and we need to have a very prepared conversation. That is the reason I have put together a webinar on how you can control your hair fall in 6 weeks without overspending your budget. And this webinar is by invitation only. I have put together this webinar so that a lot of people can learn about healthy hair. A lot of people can learn about how they can stop their hair fall without using oils or serums. A lot of people can learn about how much protein exactly they need to take, because yes, we know we have to take more protein in our food, but more protein means how much protein is the right amount of protein. There are so many small questions, the answers to which will help you live healthier lives. So thank you for listening to me, and if you think that this conversation was helpful, let me know, because it adds a lot of energy to me to know that my conversations are helping you. Also, feel free to share any of my videos if you think that you benefited from it, and by somebody else watching it, they will benefit from it. Thank you so much for watching me. I will be back tomorrow with another conversation, probably about proteins, because having spoken about vitamins, it comes to my mind that yes, I must tell you about proteins too, because it's a very important topic. In fact, I feel good that a lot of people want to hear me and a lot of people want to take action steps, because right now everybody knows that we have to take responsibility for our health. Let us not forget that even after the pandemic is over. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're watching this.